What is happening, team? Welcome to another clip of our mental health guidance. Today, in this video, I want to talk to you all about busyness does not equal productivity. Now, this is a concept that we've talked about in nutrition and in fitness. Now let's talk about it with our mental health, because please understand, just being busy to be busy is kind of pointless. As a chronic busier person than he needs to be, when we can actually be productive in 15 minutes rather than busy for an hour, getting the same amount done, what really is the point of being busy for that long? Just because, oh, well, I worked this long. No, just be productive. Be productive. I know that I've shared with you and opened you all to kind of the background of making these videos. In 4 days, made 75 videos, probably of this recording, probably 3 to 4 hours worth of content. And have I been busy that whole time? No. Have I been productive that whole time? No. Like, understand, there are chunks, and I can be productive for 30 minutes or I could just be busy for an hour. But what gets stuff done? Because also understand, with your mental health, you got to recover, you got to recharge. So one of the things I know for myself, my mind, I love it, and it also bothers me a little bit because it just never shuts off. Well, if that's the case, I need to do a brain dump. I need to be productive with my brain dump. Okay, hey, Tyler, this is what we're talking about. Stream of consciousness, music on my mind, whatever mentally fit exercise that might help you as well. But with brain dumping, it's like, all right, these are the things I need to get done. This is what I need to relay to Corey. This is what I need to relay to my team. This is what I need to relay to the experts. This is what I need to focus on for me. Oh, hey, by the way, I also have all of those other things I have too many tabs open. So let me just talk about, okay, I'm gonna write down, I have this tab, this tab, this tab, and this tab. Cool, it's now out on paper. I won't forget it in the future. Now I can hopefully let it out of my head. It doesn't need to stay in that space. Like no vacancy. There is no vacancy for other thoughts. I'm resting, I'm recovering, I'm playing my video game, I'm watching a movie, I'm walking with gravy, and I'm just gonna let go. I'm gonna breathe. Maybe I do some mindful meditation. Maybe I go and do a follow along workout. Maybe I just cook a meal and I jam to music. Busyness does not equal productivity. Don't just be busy to be busy. Don't just be busy to be busy, especially when you're trying to unwind. So one of the things, and we've talked about this a little bit in the fitness portion, but I want to bring it into the mental health, because in our autonomic nervous system, we have in our central nervous system, we have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, right? Sympathetic is your fight or flight. Parasympathetic is your sleeping, digestion, REM. It's the not stress stuff, stress stuff. The problem is, and this is a spectrum, so like we can be kind of on this side of it or on this side of it. The problem is, though, especially if you're an Atlanta driver and Atlanta traffic, you're going to be a little sympathetically stimulated, and it is hard to breathe, and oh my gosh, people, right? We don't want to live there, though. We don't want to always be on. After a workout, cool down. Take some deep breaths. Do some parasympathetic breathing that I've shown you all how to do. Let your body relax, especially let your mind relax. More stress is not better. Just because you have more on your plate doesn't make that a better plate to eat off of, okay? Both metaphorically and literally. But also for yourself, consider, yes, you probably have a lot going on in your life. We're all human. We've got a lot going on in our lives. So we just want to be able to manage what we can as best we can so that we can just let some things go. If it's something where you're wanting your fitness style, you want that fitness goal like so badly, but you don't have the time for it, what good is being stressed about it? You can still want that goal. Like, that's totally valid, totally applicable. But adding stress probably isn't going to help. If I stress about eating a donut, whether I eat the donut or not, That stress is still stress. My allostatic load is going to go up. I'm going to fill up my bucket. We'll cover that in the stress management course, the leaky faucet syndrome. But just because I'm adding more stress to my plate doesn't help. Just like being busy does not help with being productive. Now, you might get the same amount done, but one just takes you 4 hours longer. That sounds silly, right? Especially when we can like reframe our mind on that. Like, okay, if it takes me actually 15 minutes to get this done, why am I spending an hour? Now, if you're on company time or something like that, like, I mean, I get it. But as someone who employs himself and is contracting with other people, time is valuable. And I only have so much. I only have so much of a bandwidth for these videos. And so it's one of those, okay, how can I be productive? How can I just get shit done, get it bucking done, and then it's done. And then I don't have to worry about it. Then I can pass it off to somebody else, or I at least know that it's done and I can be productive with it later. Present Tyler now doesn't need to be worried about future Tyler's problems in this moment. Does present Tyler also need to be considerate of what's going to make future Tyler's job easier? Yes, he does. Consequences are consequences, whether they are good or bad. There is no determining. Consequences inevitably exist. So don't just be busy to be busy. Be productive, get stuff done, be done with it, and then let it go. We'll see you on the next one, team.
If you thought this was helpful, be sure to subscribe. But also, there's a lot more where that came from. I created the Bucking Fit Life Masterclass series, which has hours and hours of content covering nutrition, mental health, and fitness. And I want you to head to the link down below so that you can get your free mini workbook that gives you just a taste of what you can experience on the inside. Can't wait to see you there.